Once I got home, I entered the house and I started hearing voices coming from my room, okay? So I started walking towards the door and I witnessed the most horrifying thing ever.
Gender-based violence and domestic abuse is a very sensitive topic, and even though men and women are both affected by this same action, women by far fall more victim to such acts, and in this case, it came after a shocking discovery on their wedding night. Welcome to my channel. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show. When it comes to the topic of domestic abuse, most of the time it comes from a family member, in this case her husband, or someone that is in close proximity to the victim.
It's an evil world we live in, but hey, I'm gonna keep living.
But how did this come about? You find out that after all this time, looking forward to being married and living with your partner for the rest of your life to share your deep, dark, and emotional secrets, to go through the ups and the downs, you find out that your husband plays with the other side.
My husband was in bed with another man, and neither one of them realized or sensed that I was there. So I grabbed my phone and I started recording them. So what do? I kicked the bedroom door and I started screaming at the top of my lungs. The man he was with got scared and fled the scene, but my husband jumped off the bed and literally attacked me like a crazy ass. He beat the shit out of me.
And not only that, you find out after you get married, quite early into the marriage as well. Somebody would ask you, how does she or how did this person not know that she was marrying somebody like this? And I'll tell you something that's very tricky yet important at the same time.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Arranged marriages do not factor in everything. I know we say how arranged marriages have the least cases or least numbers of divorce, but all because they have the least numbers of divorce in statistics does not mean that they factor in every other thing that make a marriage work. And all because your marriage is not divorced does not mean that your marriage is successful. Those are two separate things.
You got a bitch fucked up. You hear me? You got me fucked up.
Cultures and religions that push this arranged marriage, even though it can be good when you're looking at it from a particular lens, but we must also peel this from the other side that lets one know that not all these things end up the right way. Not everybody that does these things ends up happy. And most of the time, these unions that most of their children get into are being based on the reputation of the family, either the father or the mother or the culture as a whole.
My name is Warda, and I got married to a very well-respected man who comes from a very good family in our community. His family is very rich, and they have so much land, and they threw us the best wedding ever. It was the happiest day of my life.
The reputation of the people and parents when it comes to business, politics, religion, culture, or just the status of the family as a whole. Not knowing that all because the parents stand for something doesn't necessarily mean that their children will stand for that same thing as well. Because how many parents really know their children as they ought to, especially in very cultural and religious settings? Wait for a second, I gotta ask a question. Have y'all subscribed to this channel yet? I know you are enjoying this video, so make sure you subscribe so we can fly. Back to the video. Not knowing that even though you do get access to all these other things that come with marrying the person that you truly marry is not the parents. The person that you truly marry is not the religion, neither is the culture. You marry the character of the person, and that character most of the time will not really come into full establishment until you sign those papers and you start living together.
On our wedding night, we got to the hotel, we sat together, we were eating, chit-chatting a little bit, then we got hungry, he ordered room service, we had dinner, and then he said he's gonna go to shower. Got up, went to shower. I waited, then it was my turn. I took a shower, and then once I came out of the bathroom, I see him sleeping on the sofa. I thought to myself, oh, he's so sweet. He took the sofa because he didn't want me to feel uncomfortable. He didn't want to pressure me into doing anything. Something felt off, like completely off. So I decided to lie to my family, told him that he's about to pick me up. I ordered an Uber and went home.
One then has to realize that this same people or this same religious or cultural structures, traditional structures, even though they can be very judgmental and superstitious when it comes to things like this, if you marry for the wrong reasons or you marry for reputation, finances, or just every other thing, you will most likely have to stay married for the wrong reasons as well, even though you are not having the marriage of your dreams. And this is the side that most people do not really tend to talk about or open up about.
No. Wait.
The character of a spouse is normally judged based on the reputation and character of the parents, but that does not mean that the child will even hold to the same beliefs that the parents held to be where they are today. And most of the time, people go through the motions and through the ways mainly because they do not want to bring shame or disgrace to their family name or to their parents or to the culture as a whole. There are even some scenarios where the parents know that their children are not necessarily the best people to get married to, but for the sake of culture demands it, religion demands it, whatever demands it, they still choose to move forward and attach their child that hasn't really healed from whatever thing that you're going through to someone else that may be healthy, who knows, and just brings a total chaos to the family dynamic and the family home.
He started yanking on my hair. I felt like he literally tore all of my hair off my head. I was screaming and crying and he didn't care. And he threatened that if I say anything or told anyone that he is going to deny it. The a-hole thought that he could cheat on me, beat me, and threaten me at the same time because he thought that I didn't have anything on him and that I was scared. The next day, I called my dad and he came to pick me up, and he was horrified when he saw the state that I was in. I filled my dad in and he was heartbroken and horrified. He couldn't believe that his best friend's son would do such a thing and he would beat his daughter as well. We went to the hospital, I got examined, and we requested a report for all the injuries that I was suffering.
Now, this is not to say that the other way we do things is also perfect, because no side is perfect. Each side has their flaws, and each side has their positives. There are even times that I've heard about when it came to great-grandparents of my friends about how the wife and the husband met each other and they got married within 24 hours.
What the fuck?
The parents will choose who the man or the woman will marry, and they will literally just take the man to the woman or the woman to the man and just say, this is your spouse, this is your husband. This is what generally used to happen back in the day. Now, did it work? From the outside looking in, we'll say that it worked because they didn't get divorced, they had children, and they lived together. But all because you're living together and all because you don't get divorced does not mean that your marriage is successful. It's only successful to the people that are outside, because those are the people that you're trying to prove the point to.
You're nothing but another victim.
I think the best case scenario is probably to meet somewhere in the middle. Take the good from the arranged, take the good from the other side that's not arranged, and filter the bad. Because either way, whether you like it or not, you are not marrying somebody's reputation, you're not marrying somebody's money, you're not marrying somebody's status. You're marrying the person. Now, this person may come along with those things, but that's not what will make your marriage last till death do you part, ideally.
They met and the father disowned his son after beating the life out of him. Now I'm divorced and I received all my rights. So girls, be careful if you find yourself in such case. Always have proof and don't do anything that you might regret. People, don't judge others based on their money or their reputation at all times.
So, do not make internal decisions based on external values. Make sure you get to know the person that you want to get married to. See them through the good and through the bad times. And normally this will show with time and with constant communication if you ask the right questions and you talk about the right things. Nobody is perfect, but at least there should be some imperfections that you should not tolerate. Because how somebody will treat you in their bad times is probably how they will treat you when you guys are married and you guys are stuck in the four corners of the bedroom. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.